Okay, sit rep. I managed to escape the Zeds. I got free of their clutches. The moon went down, the sun came up, and they all seemed to dissipate. That's the good news. The bad news, however, I was wearing more of them than I think they were wearing of themselves. And so I kinda had to ditch most of my clothes. They were soaked in blood. But that's okay. Yeah, I know a trick or two. They used to call me Mad Old Burt, that's for sure. Always preparing for an apocalypse that would never come. But they were wrong. And I was right. And so, where does that leave us? Well, thankfully, I learned in all of my preparation how to weave our own body armor. But I do need a little bit of wood first. This way we can weave the threads and sew the wood into the lining. And I'll admit, it doesn't look pretty, but it'll do the job. And by applying that same logic, we can get an axe. Then it's just a case of chipping away at a tree and hatching through a stone. Thankfully, I managed to get a good bit of timber off of there. And that thick branch will be just what I need to bash in some skulls. But that's if we even let them get close. Because I managed to find a good old branch that was thick, strong, and sturdy, and we could take a bit of that weaving thread that we used earlier on and make ourselves a bit of a primitive bow. It certainly ain't pretty, but it'll get the job done. And with a few of these here feathers, I can fashion myself some rudimentary arrows. Now, I did have a cabin somewhere out this way. The question becomes, can I actually remember whereabouts it is? What I didn't know was that I wasn't alone. There were others. Some wanted to farm and help people. Others were just following orders of their chief. And then there was him.
We can't be having thieves out here, James. If you're 100% certain that he did it, and you know what needs to be done.
Come on, Willie. There's gotta be a better way. This guy don't deserve that fate. He just stole some bread.
Look outside, James. It's the damn zombie apocalypse. There's undead everywhere. There ain't a scrap of food left in the city. Everything that we got needs to be rationed, split between the people. We got hundreds out there that need feeding, and that guy wants to steal food out of their mouths? I can't let that stand. We're the Chambers, James. It's our job to be judge, jury, and executioner.
I get that, but he just wanted to eat. Is he really gonna cost him his life?
That guy's been nothing but trouble since he came through the damn doors. Starting a fight with the guards, arguing with everybody inside, and now stealing? I'm telling you, James, he's going to be a problem for us in the long run. There to put him down now.
You're the boss, Willie. I'll go get it done.
I'm sorry, I won't do it again. I promise. Please, anything. I'm just hungry and hungry. Please.
Just shut up, Furman.
Now, would you look at this? Some good old animal bones. These are actually really good, as you can sharpen these down to a really nasty point. Well, would you look at this? It's another one of these undead freaks. This time I'm a little bit more or less prepared for you, but I know exactly how to take you down. Yeah, she's the 5th victim that I've put down so far. There seems to be less out here than there was back at that town I was in. You know, if I had any of those guns that I had before, the M16, the Enfield rifle, the 50 cal, I'd put all of these son of a guns to rest. But I don't. I really don't. Well, let's find my cabin. Well, that looks like the place for sure. We must assume that the perimeter has been breached. There were too many Zeds last night for this just to be a fluke. We will approach with caution. If we can keep the high ground, them son of a guns won't be able to climb easily. But we need to ensure that we proceed with caution and aim well and true. Oh, this place is already falling apart. It's been a hot minute since I've been up this way. Yep, we got some of the undead. I am Burt Remmington. Hear me, rah, you rah. Now we'll keep quiet. See if there's any more undead in here. Well, it seems that I've disturbed his meal. Yeah, looks like we got a few more of them in here. Just put them all down. Well, aside from that, I'd say that we are clear. Although I'd be lying if I said I wasn't nervous about going down here. I've seen them back in the city, just hoarding in basements. Now someone's been here. The safe still looks secure, but I didn't leave ammo and food out, that's for sure. Oh, I can hear the groanings of something that's not living. There he is! There's one down. Second one down. Thankfully, the storm cellar still works. Now, what supplies did I leave behind? Yeah, some 7.62. I remember there being a lot more. Some pears. There were a lot more food than that when I was last here. Somebody has been here. Look, they've opened up my crate. Well, at least they left me a magazine to read. Oh, I noticed they took the other ones, though. Thankfully, they weren't able to pry into my shotgun stuff, so I never opened this when I ordered it. Yeah. I want a refund. Would now be a bad time to say that I just don't remember what combination I used. I tried my ex-wife's birthday. I tried my favorite gun serial number. I've tried a few things, and gonna have to find another way into my safe. Nevertheless, I am stating my claim to my own land. Stash away what we've managed to find so far. Except this picture. We'll put this picture up on the wall. I was naive back then. I thought that the goal of the zombie apocalypse was to simply outlast the undead. I figured if I could hold up in my family's old cabin, I'd be safe. But I was wrong. Over the next 100 days, my life would be turned upside down. There were enemies that became friends, friends that became enemies. Heck, I don't even know which is which anymore. Things have gotten crazy since back then. I can't fill you in on everything just yet. It's a long road to get here. It's been over 100 days of the damn undead apocalypse, and I'm still trying to figure shit out. But, despite the deceit, despite the lies, despite everything, I did find 2 people that I could trust. 2 people that I know will always have my back. Even if it's pressed up against the wall, and it ain't just the undead on the other side. The living, they're about as dangerous as it gets. They're the ones we should be fearing. Nevertheless, I'm getting ahead of myself. I gotta go back to those early days when it first began. Well over 100 days ago now. When damn Willie started showing up and the chambers infected my life. I thought that was complex back then. But shit only gets more serious from there on out. One of those friends would be Cody Abyss. While I didn't know too much about this bloke at first, his story would be a lot like mine. His grandfather had been the inventor of some wild elixirs. And Cody, he'd gonna help out. But, try as he may, searching everywhere, his grandpappy was just nowhere to be found. He had vanished. Gone. Without a trace. There was nothing. Now, I wouldn't run into Cody for a few more days. Yeah, and our relationship at first wouldn't be what it is today. But nevertheless, it just shows that even in an apocalypse, everybody has their own story.
So Evan didn't make it out of nazegane then. I'd have thought for sure he'd have survived. I refuse to believe he's dead though. Still, we'll add his name to the wanted board. We need to find out people hour. We counted them down. Speaking of that, this apocalypse came about a lot quicker than we expected. We were always prepared, but this one kind of snuck up on us. The council, we're still assembling all our members. Most of them are capable of holding their own. But those that aren't, and the innocent people that's out there, those that rely on us to keep them safe. You're the best scout we got, Howell. The best of the best the council can offer. I need you to go out there, perch on some rooftop, and relay where every single one of those undead freaks is. Whatever information you gather, I'll pass on to the rest of our folks in the area. See if we can get as many innocent people inside these walls as possible, before they become lunch for the undead. Can you do that for me, Owl? All right then. Let's save as many of these innocent people as we can. Let's get to it.
Because that's the one thing with the apocalypse. There ain't no governments. There's no medical facilities. There's nothing to keep you safe. It's all about what you and I can do to survive together. Like putting down the undead that keep getting back up. And I don't know what's causing the virus, whether it's a parasite, chemical warfare. What I do know is my grandma cured everything with a bit of honey. And boy, did she make a mean honey pumpkin pie for sure. Never did have a cold for more than 48 hours when she was around, but sadly we buried her back in '06. Well, would you look at that. Wrecked feeds. I knew this guy would have survived. Tough son of a gun family these were. And they never did secure their stuff. I'm definitely having his anvil. Now, I used to always let people stay in these cabins, but they always left food over and wrecked. Well, he just left it lying around. So I'll have it. Hello? Anybody home?
Come in, come in. I'm not coming all the way over there to open it up.
Yeah, it's good to see another survivor.
Yeah. None of that warm, touchy feeling. What do you want anyway?
Well, you Rex never change, do you? Grumpy old men even in the damn apocalypse. You seen it out there? The undead's rising back up. And you got no compassion for anyone, do you?
Oh, I got compassion, all right. I got a buttload of it. Ever since the undead came back, my puppies have been lying on more coin than I know what to do with.
Yeah, trust the Reg family to be the one making a profit off of the pandemonium out there. You guys never change.
Well, listen here, son. It goes like this, you see. You want something? I want something. There's a community out there that needs something, and there's a guy sitting bored wanting a task to do. I am the middleman. I broker that deal, and yes, I profit off it. Not the money's a lot of good anymore, but I still like it, if you know what I mean. So the rules are this, sonny boy. When you come through that door, you come either looking for a job or wanting one done. If you've got neither, you can sod off.
Well, if that's the case, I ain't playing your stupid games. Actually, I do have a bit of a problem.
Everybody does.
Turns out some looters have tore through my father's old cabin. I left some weapons up there, food. It was well stocked. Pantry could last a month. Now there's jack diddly squat left. You know anything?
Well, you ain't gonna get answers to that, son. Every place up here has been torn through since the apocalypse began. People are scared, people are hungry, and they're gonna get it any way they can. Ain't no cops about to stop them. But it does sound like you have a food shortage problem. Now that I can help with.
Ain't paying you if that's what you mean, wrecked. Ain't got jack squat to my name. Left it all back in nazegane when the frickin' zombies showed up.
Well, my product's off limits for you then. But if you still need a bit of food and you're willing to work for it, I got a job or two you can take care of. Like I said, I'm a broker.
I'm listening.
You see, my brothers and I, we prepared for this apocalypse. We buried supplies everywhere we could in this county. All you gotta do is go and dig me one up. There's a box of White River supplies in there, and that's what I want. We also buried a little bit of food and water because we knew that you idiots wouldn't go digging them up for no. So you grab me a box of those supplies, and the spare food and water is yours. We got a deal?
Yeah, we got a deal. I'll go get your damn supplies. I told you he was a slimy old git. Always working an angle, that guy. Anyway, he said the supplies were out south. He said to look out for some sort of beacon that he put down. He marked the spot. Well, I'm guessing this is it. Time to dig up his stupid supplies. Well, what's he gone and stashed out here? Some moldy bread, some murky water, and there must have been a pork chop at one point. It ain't so good anymore. Oh, and of course, the undead army are called in. Well, I'm nothing as if capable of putting them down. Well, if not capable of putting them down, I should say. Right, let's go and deliver this to Rex. Well, you've got to be shitting me, Rex. Damn food's gone bad.
Did you get the crate or not?
Yeah, I got your supplies, but I ain't handing them over. This is a you scratch my back, I scratch your back kind of deal. You promised food. Now hand some over.
Yeah, I did promise food. And I gave you some. It's not my fault you didn't get there quick enough.
Well, maybe I just rummaged through these supplies here. Take what I want.
All right. Settle down. Didn't even catch your name. Just coming here threatening to keep my supplies?
Oh, how terribly sorry of me. I completely forgot. The name's Burt Remmington. You may have heard of me. You know, 17-time regional champion sharpshooter, 3-time world champion sharpshooter, and, oh yeah, the guy who's holding your products hostage until you hand over something for trade.
Okay, fine. Here. That's the best I can do.
Fine. Here. Take sudden supplies. I mean, did you really have to throw it at me that violently, wrecked? That was freaking ridiculous. I went back to my father's old cabin. And you ought to learn some manners. In an apocalypse like this, it ain't gonna be too long before guys like you start drawing the wrong kind of crowd.
I wouldn't worry about that too much, Burt. I know a few people, if you know what I mean.
This isn't a shotgun, it's a glorified potato gun. I've shot BBs that look better than this. Well, might as well at least make sure that it's loaded. Full auto, 24 rounds a minute. That's what I had back in nazegane, the night the apocalypse began. Cut through all of the mother humpers, every single one of them. Until I didn't. Until it went click, 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 click. And now I'm down to a glorified potato gun. Well, I suppose it does the job. Let's just reload it again. We'll have managed to make it back here to the cabin. I think I'm gonna hold up through the night here. Maybe clear it out, tidy it up a little bit. And then we can see wrecked about those jobs in the morning. Situation report 001. My name is Burt Remmington. On Christmas Eve, an undead creature found its way under my doorstep. I put a bullet in its head and put it down. Within 48 hours, the entire city was crawling with the undead. There were zombies everywhere we looked. I fought with everything I had in my bunker, taking down hundreds of the things before finally I ran out of ammo. I had nothing left to throw at them. So, I put one foot in the front of the other, and I headed for my father's cabin. Just over a week ago, I was buying myself a brand new auto shotty for Christmas. And now, I'm hunkered down, afraid to leave my home, terrified of what awaits outside. I don't know what tomorrow brings. All I know is, I'm hungry, I'm thirsty, and if I'm to survive this apocalypse, then I need to evolve. I was prepared for any apocalypse, except for this one. Who knew the dead would come back to life? I certainly didn't. And so, they were the first few days of this apocalypse. It's hard to believe back then that everything that would happen, from Willie turning up at my door, dealing with the chambers, Owl and the council, Abyss and her grandpa, and then there was Paige. There was Paige. Man, I didn't know. I swear to you, I didn't know back then. I truly didn't. I was young. I was naive. I was foolish to believe. I'm getting ahead of myself. Too far ahead of myself. The final fight is almost here. But I can't think about that now. I need to catch you up. But that's all I've got for today. They were the first 3 days. I gotta go and secure the defenses of Fort Remmington. For me, the final fight is almost here. But as for my story, that will continue another day.